Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the said era.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens. The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
At the 23-yard line.
Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Regular. Check. 40's mine. 40's a mine. 40's a mine.
Dalton now to pass. Got his man. It's Eifert. A gain there of 21 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offense. Side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
He's coming. Let's get it together, defense. Here we go. Can. Hey, Charlie.
On 2nd and 9, Dalton going deep downfield for Ross. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Here you go. 93, 52, 93, 44. Here you go. Hey, orbit. Squeeze. Yeah.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So on fourth down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Jackson. He dumps it down to Ingram. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
A gain of 16 yards.
For Lamar Jackson, his first NFL start came against the Cincinnati Bengals November 18th in Baltimore of last year. And he threw for 150 yards, ran for 119 more as the Ravens won 24-21 to kick off what became a 6-1 final stretch that got him the AFC North title. Now the Purdue man, this is Akeem Hunt. Geno Atkins, the Pro Bowler, in there on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jackson got a man. It's Brown. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 32-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Set, ready. Took the outlaw. Yeah. You don't want none. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. Here we go.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Gets this one to Hill. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Justice Hill with his first career NFL touchdown. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0.
Makes the score Ravens 7, Bengals nothing.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. leverage guys, win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
At the 27-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
You gonna see me in your nightmare.
Let's go. Hey, hey.
Bravo.
940.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback.
Now Dalton. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. So we have now seen connection number 1 between Dalton and Adriel Jeremiah, A.J. Green.
Say that again.
Adriel Jeremiah.
Look at you. You are full of knowledge and information. And you know something? I bet Andy Dalton learned his full name as well because he figured out quickly, this is going to be my number 1 target. I got to know this guy in a big way.
Throw from Dalton, taken in by Eifert. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number 1, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
To throw again on 2nd down. Dalton, he's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 36.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there. And they were
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. 30, past the 20, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 95 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Strip that ball.
On 2nd down now. Bernard. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it with a 3rd and 14 coming up. And with a 3rd and 14, we have 6 defensive backs out there now defensively.
I got motion. 41 Mike.
Dalton here from the gun. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately. I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
Well, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
On 2nd down, it's Hunt. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On 3rd down, Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and excited
rare.
is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
We don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon, gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Let's go, D. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Yeah, 5-6, 5-6, 5-6.
Hey, Zoo.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Matt Judon, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. Here's Kevin Huber now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
Here we go. 10, touchdown. 4. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Now Jackson on first down. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Geno Atkins got home that time.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. Quick throw taken in by Snead. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On the double. Watch 57.
We own them. We own them.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back. That's one step in the proper direction.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. Little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third.
Regular.
Mike 48. Hey, let's get this.
Hey, seam 6.
48's Mike.
Here's Dalton. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hakeem Hunt, his first touchdown on the year, as the Ravens push further out in front.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Tucker with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
48 to Mike. Rip right. Mike 48. Come off the ball hard. 48.
Here you go. 93, 52.
From the 29, Dalton. He gets this one to Boyd. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Regular.
Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot. And that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And now it's second down.
Let's go. Get the flag. Rabbit. Go. Rabbit. Jim.
Now Jackson to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing is Jackson. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Just 34 yards on the punt there. No return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work. The 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Hands up. 18.
It's a slant. They gonna need some therapy after this.
Here you go. 368.
Yeah, check it, Mike.
Hands up.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson going up top. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be ripped down by the face mask at the end of this, and that's going to add 15 more onto the end of this thing. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. To throw is Jackson, operating from the gun. Snead's got it. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now here's Hill. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. They come out here in the I. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? They'll run it with Hill. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it, and I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Jackson will keep it. Try to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And the Bengals are going to get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better. Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not. Did not get back there. It's a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. Here's Hill on the return.
We got this.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Yeah, simple tip of the...
He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 34. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ballgame.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Carl Lawson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one good for 26 and a first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Move!
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Patrick Owasor able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Motion.
2-by-2. Move!
Right 40.
Hey! Wahoo!
Ready?
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Matt Judon. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. With it is Brown. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and